Hello, everybody. Welcome to New Haunt Order. I am Carol Moore along with Jim Jam, and today we have Jordan Winton of Rigor Mortis Haunted Attraction. How you doing, Jordan?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing well. Doing well.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on. I know you don't have a whole lot of time to talk. You're a busy man. You got a lot cooking, which is awesome. Love seeing it. Love hearing it. But give us a little rundown about your Valentine's event coming up this weekend.
So yeah, Rigor Mortis, we're located in Winton, Tennessee. We try to open for any event we can, and with the pandemic going on, it's hard to see when we can open. But we're thankful that we're going to be able to open for Valentine's. Our Valentine's events kind of different from our normal show. We retheme some stuff, and for the people who truly are haunt seekers and just love to get out there and see it. It's a great opportunity to see some of the renovations going on and some of the changes that will be coming for the upcoming season. So we do some character development changes, and we do some set changes, and overall try to make it as Valentine's-y as we can. And that's pretty much the rundown of it.
Right on. So let's see, how many years have you been open now?
This will be our third season. We opened in 2019, I believe.
So do you get a pretty good people come out and go, oh, I really love your off-season attractions? Do you feel like they are worth doing it?
That's that was one of the main questions I had when I originally was trying to figure out when we could open, because we're in a different demographic than most haunted houses. But our off-season events are some of the most popular events. Our turnouts are really great, above what we ever expected. We do March Revenge of the Leprechaun, which is very unique for a haunted house, because most of the times you get Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween. So that was one of our most popular events, was our Leprechaun event. However, our Valentine event is right there with it. And, it's just a great opportunity for the cast to kind of come in and revisit, because our cast is like family. We have a very amazing set of actors that I love to death. And it's great because we can bring them back in and kind of get them back in the flow of things, and so they don't get too rusty. And it's also an opportunity to, set goals for ourselves as far as what we want to have done in our renovation period. And so that way people who know Rigor Mortis, they can come back and see some of the updates as the season progresses into the Halloween season.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I know when we would do off-season events, it was always, like you said, a team building. It was more keeping morale up. There's always a standard that you set for the Halloween season, and you want to have that bar set high for any event you do. But those off-season events really seem like, to me, kind of cut loose in a way and have more fun with it. It doesn't seem more like a grind.
Exactly.
A weekend here, a weekend there, and they're a lot more fun. I know. At Nightmare, we did the Christmas event. We did a bunch of different events, but I love being Cousin Eddie, even though it was freezing outside.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I can picture it right now. Carol as Cousin Eddie. I see it.
Oh man, it was a good time. And Jimmy, I don't know about you as a haunt enthusiast. Do you enjoy going to haunted houses more on off-season events as opposed to regular season? Because sometimes it's not as busy. I don't know. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's definitely not as crazy busy, but with Jordan's location, I've lived in McMinnville and nothing to do there. But now that he has this, that helps a lot, being in a small town and nothing to do, and all the kids can go, all the people can go and check it out. And I'm sure there's not much going on right now in February in McMinnville. So having this event, I'm sure it's going to draw all kinds of people to want to get out and do stuff and get scared again.
I have to agree. There's not a lot of events going on period right now, but in a small town like this, it's one of our advantages as a haunted house is because we draw from multiple locations. Our demographics are from Cookeville, Murfreesboro, Chattanooga, Nashville area, and it's not only the people here in McMinnville that keep Rigor Mortis running. It's also these surrounding neighborhoods and cities. So we're very thankful to have that support from a vast variety of locations.
Absolutely. And when you're in a small town that's close to big towns, you can do that. And that's what you need to be doing. Sometimes it's actually harder, in my opinion, for a haunted house in a big market that's competing with other haunted houses in big markets.
Oversaturated.
Yes. So if you can kind of get out of that zone and pull from those smaller markets that end up being, kind of one big conglomerate of a market, then you're going to do well. So that sounds like you're on the right track for sure. And I mean, I loved your show. I went last season. We absolutely loved it. I saw some stuff from the woods there, getting new life. So that's good. I like seeing stuff from the woods getting new life. But I think I'm going to try to come out this weekend, weather permitting. Awesome. I hope the weather misses us. But I think Jimmy, you're going too, right? Try to.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to go with you. We're going to see, just whenever you decide when you're going to be able to go. But if not, then we're going to definitely be there with the gorgeous schools.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to try to come out at least one of the nights. So we'll definitely be there.
Awesome.
I'll let you know ahead of time if Jordan, when we're coming or whatever.
Awesome.
I got some stickers. I'm going to try to remember to bring some new Haunt Order stickers, hook you up with one. So
awesome.
Unfortunately, that's the only merch I got right now, but yeah. But
we appreciate all the support, and I'm glad you guys got to come out during the regular season. Like I said, last year was our second year. We still have a lot of growing and learning to do, and we understand that. But we try to pride ourselves in everything we do, as far as from the sets to just every quality aspect of it. So hopefully it shows, and hopefully you see some things you didn't see during the regular season this weekend.
Well, speaking on
looking forward to it. Yeah. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the, of the sets and all that, my mind thinking when you're in McMinnville, it's going to be probably, but I went through and I was like, holy shit, man, Jordan, you blew my damn mind, man. A young haunt owner like you are, dude. I felt like I was like, a Nashville haunt or something.
Thank you.
You're definitely bringing the A game to little town haunts.
We try to.
You making some haunts around here look like, damn. You step the game up.
I believe strongly in whatever it takes to, as for a business owner. This isn't a big corporation behind Rigor Mortis. It's me and my father and my mother. But besides all the building, it's just me and my father. So we come in and we build when we can. But I do like to have a certain standard of quality all throughout it. And, in your first and second year, the hardest part is just the startup, getting everything laid out. And then now that we're getting more into our third year, we're refining things and revisiting things that might have not worked as optimal as it could. So we, every year I believe reinvesting. And last year we did $150,000 renovation, and the same will go for this year. Because, you have to keep changing in order to evolve. And so I'm excited to see the expanded growth because we have so much room to grow here. The building is, a quarter of its capacity is what we're using currently. So most people don't realize that there's so much more room to grow here in our location.
That's awesome. You say that, and I got my wheels turning, because you already had a good sized show. Especially just for your second year, and then if you can add on to that, that's going to be crazy. What is it like staffing it? Is it kind of hard being in McMinnville and not having a whole lot of people to pull from when it comes staffing wise, or is it pretty easy to staff?
It's a mixed bag of Easter eggs. We have our core team is what I call them, the people that's been with us since year one. And they're very loyal. They return every year, and they're just there, But we try to hire more and more as we grow each year. And I think last year we interviewed a little over 150 people in one day. So we do get quite a bit of interview people come in, they're interested, but, sometimes they learn that it's not always the easiest job, or, it's not always what they think it is, or, you have to find somebody that loves it. When you find somebody that loves it, you're golden. And it's a hit or miss. Out of 150, you might get 10 of them, and that's more than I could ask for. So we do have quite a few people that are interested, but when they find out how much work goes into it, sometimes it's not always about that. So
a lot of people,
how it
man,
goes.
I do. They love the idea of spooking and being a part of a haunted house, but sometimes they just don't want to put the work in. And some people, that's fine. But it's really, what I really like doing is meeting people that have the same passion and the same energy, and then bringing them on your team and seeing exactly, like, the sky's the limit with people like that. And I've been in the business, not, since 2006, but I've met some of the most talented and the most just driven people ever. And not just for the industry that we're in, but just across the board. I've met people that worked at Disney, Universal, and it's like, man, just, it's so exciting meeting people like that. Just, oh man, it's just addicting, man. Working along with people like that, it's so fun. So fun.
That's funny you mentioned that. One of our first actors we ever auditioned, this is a long story, but basically, she just moved to McMinnville of all places, and she was from Florida, and she worked in like Busch Gardens for their Halloween event. She's worked at Universal, and out of all places, she moved to McMinnville, and it was great because she understood the art of haunting, if that's what you want to call it, and she's kind of been our team leader since. And we've, over the years, we've gotten people from other haunted houses, so it's kind of cool that they have the same love and interest for it. And Absolutely. A lot of people that come and have worked for us this past year, that when we've added on, they are previous customers, or they're from other haunted houses that just came to our haunted house last year, and they're like, I want to work in this environment. I want to be in this haunted house. And that's really, an honor. And it's kind of cool to see that kind of all come in full circle. So, yeah.
Well, I know from experience, working with a lot of people, working for different owners, you as an owner, you look like you want to feed your show. You want to keep feeding it, because that's awesome. Number one, you have that mindset. Number two, you have the ability to do that. And it's just going to get bigger and better. And it's going to be a lot more fun to work and act or build or whatever part of the team you are, to be a part of that show. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's really cool. You're also dabbling in a little bit of magic. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So if you know me, I can't keep still. I'm a very all over the place, like to do. And I have a good friend that I met a couple of years ago, Terry Evanswood. He's one of the Merlin winners of magic in the Magic Society. A very, very recognizable name in the magic world. And, how we met him was by fate, and there's nothing more to it. And, he owned a haunted house in the early 90s in the Chicago area, and it was just all full circle for that. And we become best friends, and Terry has been my mentor in magic, and I've always been interested in it. And so I started learning, basic magic. And then I thought one day I was sitting in the middle of my haunted house. I'll just sit here sometimes and I'll look and think, what can I change? You have to be in the environment. And it come to me, why not be the first haunted house to incorporate real stage magic into a haunted house? And that's where we found that niche that makes Rigor Mortis kind of unique, is no one else levitates a girl and makes her disappear, or, puts a girl through a sword in the middle of a haunted house. And we do that for every customer it goes through. Even with our high output nights, we were able to turn over the same quality of a show. And that's when I thought, this is something I love to do, and I wanted to get really into it. So I'm more of an illusionist, and I'm open. We built a theater in the same facility as the haunted house, and if you come this weekend, you'll actually walk through it at the end and see some of it. It's a 100-seat theater, and it's all the best of lighting and sound for a full stage illusion show. And that's the goal, is to have something running not only during the haunted house season, but also during, throughout the year periodically.
That sounds awesome. I really, really loved how you incorporated magic. Me being, in the business, I was like, man, what does he do on high throughput nights? What does he do? Does he cut it short? And I know that's probably going to be an issue that you're going to probably have to addressed at some point, but I love that you include it, and it sounds like you got it already figured out. So that's awesome. I really enjoyed seeing that. Like you said, you don't see that very often, if at all.
No, actually, the actual illusionist part of it, you see haunted houses that use special effects, but I believe strongly that we were one of the first to actually incorporate stage magic in that level of A quality magic. So I think that that's something we're going to continue to develop with and go with, because people enjoy it. They don't go into a haunted house expecting that.
Absolutely.
Well, one thing I always want to hit on real quick about that, what I think cool about the magic part too, you get to kind of chill out and calm down for a minute, and then you get hit again with,
It's all psychological.
Oh yeah, I was wanting to tell you about when we went through with a group of teams, and of course they made me go first, but I had this teenage boy holding on to my shoulders the whole time, and then it's like they swapped up with like his girlfriend or sister, and they were literally just holding on to me through the whole haunt. And then when I sat down, the girl was just like hugging me, and I'm like, man, I want to be disabled. I want to be able to get this scared through a haunt again.
That's a compliment. Hey, that tells me we're doing the job right on some things, right?
Oh yeah, because I don't, I get scared, so startles and stuff. But I love going through with people that are truly terrified of it, because it is so funny.
It's fulfilling.
Yeah, I want to get put with someone that's scared, because that's what I get a kick out of, and I have acted in a haunt before, and I know how it is. It's tiring as hell and rough, but oh man, it's so fun.
It is. I still, I'm not too, even though I'm the owner and I do things that are, more of a lead role ship, I still go in and act in the haunt because I absolutely love it. It's something that I told myself when I was designing it and building it, that I wanted to be able to act in it still, because that's where I have fun at. And I like the best part of being the actor and owning the haunted house at the same time in a haunted house is you get to see firsthand how your customers are reacting and see how they're, how they're enjoying it. Because for me, the part that I'm in the haunted house, I'm the first thing they see in the second haunted house. I'm the first thing that they, I can see the reactions from the first part. So it kind of sets the stage of how they're enjoying the show. And it definitely helps me as an owner see what works and what doesn't work. So I like that part of it.
Yeah, I like that too. When I saw you down there, I was like, well, that's awesome. Me and my girlfriend Erica went down to Netherworld, and there was like this goblin creature, and he kind of like all over it, like him scares us here, scares us there. Next thing we know, we find out it's Ben Armstrong, and it's like, dude, that dude is out there just getting it,
Yeah.
And it's awesome. He loves it, and that's the mentality you got to have.
Yes, in order to succeed, you have to have that mentality.
Yeah. I would cut loose sometimes and try to act, but I was so like my brain. I'm one of those. I have to make sure everything's running right, and I gotta be, So if I get in costume, I'm gonna be like, all right, we got everything ready to go. I'm gonna be scaring for a little bit, so let's get, But you got a good team. There's absolutely you can do it. And did I tell you what? I would love me, Jimmy, everybody else. We'd love to pick your brain on another one of these when we got some more time to spend and kind of talk about how you got into it and what your goals are and things like that, if you'd love to do this again. But we know you have a short amount of time. We appreciate you coming on tonight. And tell us one more time about the Valentine's event this weekend.
Yeah, so on February the 12th and 13th, this Friday and Saturday from 7 to 11 p.m., we will be reopening both of our haunted houses. The Fallout Shelter, which, not to give too much away, but it might be the last time you see the Fallout Shelter, with the Mortuary, the Candleman, which is one of our unique characters. And it's kind of a Valentine's twist. So our theme this year is Love Dies. Last year was Cupid Revenge. Love Dies is kind of a homage to, the state of everything's going great and then everything just ends up dying. Great things come to an end. And that's kind of the storyline of the show that you'll see, to put it in short. And we try to theme the show to be different from our regular season with different characters and different atmosphere things. And hopefully, if you're a haunt enthusiast, it's a great time to get that little taste of Halloween before the season, because it will be here sooner than you know it, but it is months away. So, if you get the chance, check us out, and tickets are on sale. And anybody listening, there's discount codes out there like Love Dies 2021. So come check us out.
Awesome. Jimmy, you got anything else to add before we let him go?
No, not really right now. We'll have to get you back on, like Carol was saying, and when we got longer time. But they just keep doing it, man. You're doing amazing. From a haunt enthusiast like myself, you blew my damn mind with I went in thinking something else, and I got my mind blown, and and that big ass spider scared the shit out of me. I got to tell you that.
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness!
I was feeling around, and then I had my hand on it, and the light come on. I was like, "Oh shit!" But yeah,
sometimes it's the simplest things that scare people, right?
Oh yeah, I try to let loose and let go, and just have a good time, and
that's what it's about.
Oh yeah, but
if you go in with that mindset everywhere, just having fun and not having preconceptions of places, you're golden. And that's what most people that pull up to Rigor Mortis, they're like, oh, it's in a strip mall. And that's kind of what we want them to think, is when they walk in, they're in another world, in another place. So if you have that mentality, you're golden,
Yeah. Real quick, didn't that used to be a pet store?
Yeah, I did actually. I remember going to it as a kid, which is absolutely hilarious, because who would have thought the pet store I went to as a kid would be a part of Rigor Mortis?
I bought a one-eyed piranha there one time.
Really? See, there's weird things everywhere here, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah. I wanted a piranha aquarium, and I went, and they only had one left, and damn thing didn't last a week.
Well, I'll be darned. Maybe it was cursed. There's some weird stuff going on here.
But yeah, well, it's awesome. I'm glad you're close by, and we'll be seeing you either Friday or Saturday night.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you for many more years. We're not going anywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I'd love to come back on another time, and I appreciate you guys and hope to see you this weekend.
Sounds good, man. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.